All right.
So we're gonna do this very, very, very dramatically.
Yes.
It's the Harv N Jace Show. How's everybody doing? How's it going, my man?
Excellent.
Do do do.
What day is it?
This is the most important day. It's
Orange Shirt Day.
Orange Shirt Day.
Yes, September 30th.
Yep.
Orange Shirt Day.
And just because we filmed this show the day before,
Yes.
we still have to
represent.
It's all about awareness.
Yes, it's
right?
about the residential schools in Canada and the atrocities and just to educate people who don't know and remember the survivors,
Right?
and the people who didn't survive.
And it's cool because, like, if you out and you don't know about it, and then you see all these people wearing these orange shirts, it's gonna make you say, like, when they did Niagara Falls, remember they had
the falls lit up orange.
and people wonder, like, hey, what's this orange? What's this orange? And they go do a little bit of researching, and they find out that 150,000 kids went to these schools, and from indigenous kids, right, taken from their families, and
Which most the common Canadian was probably unaware of.
They probably thought they were just nice little, like, private schools or something, right? And they weren't private schools. They were meant to eliminate our indigenous culture and heritage.
Assimilate us into the Canadian society, basically.
Cut our hair, couldn't speak our language, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Take everything.
So, yeah, and then you got the shirt right there. Wasn't that from...
yes, I got my shirt at the Woodland Cultural Center, which was the former Mushhole Residential School.
And it was the last one to close, I believe, in 1996.
Yes, I believe so.
Yep. And so that money that they get from those shirts and stuff helps with that restoration of it and stuff, because before, a lot of people would want those things to kind of be destroyed and bulldozer, but they think we should keep them for, like, our history, right?
Yeah, history, and
we can learn from them.
To Canada of, like, what they did to us.
Yep, totally, and how we can just make sure that we don't ever go back to those kinds of days, right?
Never.
Yeah, so I'm glad you got your orange shirt on.
So if you're rocking your orange shirt, rock it. Rock it every day.
Yep.
And always educate somebody.
No, that's right. And do your research and tell people, hey, man, get your orange shirt going, right?
Yeah.
Did you notice anything new about our nice new set? We got a wood set.
Yes. In front of that lovely paneling, I noticed that lovely sign.
Right. And this.
Provided by.
Yep. We have our first sponsor of the Harv N Jace Show of our, like, modest career.
Yes.
Jucasa Designs got this for us.
Excellent.
And we want to...
we'll go to Jucasa Designs.
Totally. And they do all kinds of, like, car decals, like apparel, like they can wrap your car, any kind of designs and stuff.
I've seen some
they do
of their
big
work.
Banners, all kinds of things. So, yeah, if you guys need anything designed, make sure you go out and go to Jucasa Designs on their website, or come visit them on Six Nations. I'm sure they would be happy to help you out.
I'm sure they would. Tell them Harv N Jace sent you.
That's right. That's exactly right. And look at the work they did. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, that's lovely. I can't stop looking at myself.
I know. I love it. No, and I love our new set, and we've been growing, and we've been trying to get better and better. I'm just so happy that we get together and talk about all the things that are happening, because there's lots going on all the time. And
never a shortage of topics.
We need an indigenous perspective. I really believe that.
Yeah.
And so I feel happy.
We're here to entertain, and if we can educate at the same time, then
wouldn't that be
so
amazing?
be it.
Yeah, so amazing. So we're so happy. We thank everyone that's been watching, and so we would just encourage everyone to subscribe, keep subscribing and share and like, and we'd love to see all those comments on the new videos. And we just released a new special edition with Skylar
and Micah
from
Land Back Lane.
From Land Back Lane. So make sure you go check out our specials. We did one with Derek Miller, now Skylar Williams. And including all our episodes that we're doing. This is going to be our 4th episode now. Just me and you, right?
Yep. And we're going.
We're good, man. Well. We're putting a lot of content out there, right? And it's good content. It's good conversation, man. And
our show's growing just like our set.
That's right. And we're getting better and better.
Yes, every episode. So next week, there's going to be like corn stalks, maybe some bamboo.
All right. But we also are getting close to Halloween, so we were kind of thinking maybe we should get people who watch our show to kind of suggest some Halloween stuff for us. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, that would be cool. Like
costumes.
Some costume designs. Like I was thinking Cheech and Chong.
Cheech and Chong would be absolutely hilarious. Yeah. Oh my God. I was thinking the two wild and crazy guys from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, that's some old school.
Yeah, I know, right? People wouldn't really, they would be just thinking, what are these two guys doing? They just get back from golf.
Just getting back from bingo.
Oh, bingo. Snagging some Annies at the bingo. No, so if you guys have any suggestions for us, make sure you leave them in the comments and we'll check those out and maybe we'll pick your costume.
Be up for suggestion.
Yeah, totally. Did you see the squash?
I did see the squash.
Where I'm getting closer to the three sisters up here. We gotta make sure that's represented.
Represent the beans and the corn, and we'll be ready for some soup.
Pretty soon, those will be gone, and there'll be a soup.
Just be a cauldron.
It'll be a cauldron sitting there with pumpkin squash and beans. And our garnish.
Yeah. Cilantro. That's what that is.
Oh, we're cranking up our live studio. We're filming before our live studio.
Yes, live. And today's podcast is brought to you by the phrase, "Oh, is it?"
Oh, is it?
Oh, is it? It's a lovely phrase. If you're not using it, by all means, put it in your vocabulary.
If you don't know what "oh, is it" means, it's just a nice resi way of saying, oh, is that right? Is that correct?
Is it? Yeah. Oh, is it? And you just got to say it dramatically, and it validates anything.
Exactly. Like
automatically.
I could be talking for days, and you're not paying attention, but I stopped and looked at you.
Oh, is it? Yeah. And it validates everything.
And I feel like, oh, he's really listening to me. Okay, so oh, is it? That's the word of the day.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, now you know, right?
Right.
And here's another weird thing. I read somewhere that a lot of our slang on Six Nations, and we talk a little bit like they do in Britain. Yeah. I guess they use a lot of the same, like, heckin' it and...
In it.
Yeah, in it, stuff like that in Britain. So isn't that weird? Because we were really connected to, 14.
Yeah, they were our allies at one time.
Yeah, totally. Oh, man. Every time you put on the news, it's talking about the President Trump. And now last night was the presidential debate. Did you check any of that out?
Yeah, that was a butch show, so to speak.
And there's another wrestling.
Yeah, that's some more wrestling.
People have tried to spell that word, but that's for another show.
Yes.
Next episode. Seriously, you watch next episode, and we'll put that on there.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like these two, like leaders are supposed to be, like I would look for them to like be talking about solutions and like stuff that's going on, like really stuff. But they were just bashing each other.
It reminded me of like two drunk old white guys at a bar just talking smack to each other. Like
total,
what a mess.
Total rivals or something, you know? And it, like Biden was like saying, calling him a clown and racist, right in front of America.
And Trump just shrugs it off and rolls his eyes.
Right, and then Biden starts condemning Trump about how he handled the coronavirus and saying he could have handled it smarter.
And then Trump tells him, don't bring up smart because smart is not what you are, buddy. You're like at the bottom of your class.
Yeah.
And
he's just calling him like basically.
And the other guy's like wants to see Trump's tax returns, and it would just
I don't know, man. It's hard. It's hard to
And that's going to be one of them is going to be the leader of the free world.
Right. And don't they have a bunch of debates? Is this one of a few or?
I hope so, because that was kind of awesome.
It's one of three. See, our stats man's all over it.
The stats
so there's 3 debates, but that was one of 3. So yeah, like it's just kind of crazy. It's like they have a Saturday Night Live. Alec Baldwin plays Trump, and Jim Carrey plays Biden. And I'm telling you, as funny as those guys are, I don't think
they're not going to have to act much. They could reenact the thing totally, and it'll be hilarious.
You could get the transcript and do it word for word, and it would be hilarious.
Right.
But I don't even. My point was, I don't even think they could write the kind of stuff that these guys are saying to each other.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Well, Trump is entertaining,
very entertaining. But I hope that the right outcome happens, because like America's been through a lot. We're the neighbors, so what happens to them happens to us. So we can't be against them at all.
We got a lot of brothers and sisters in America.
That's right. A lot of our family. We're Iroquois. We have a lot of Iroquois people that live in Oneida and Tuscarora,
New York State,
Seneca,
Wisconsin,
totally
all over.
Yeah. So what happens to them affects us too. So we just hope that the people pick the right people that just go with your heart, I guess, right? Pick the person that you think is going to represent your needs the best, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think that's all you can do, right?
Hope for the best.
And
really.
hope for the best. Yep, and then just some crazy news again. Like a few weeks ago, we talk about Land Back Lane every week. Then unfortunately, we had to talk about the clash in Nova Scotia over the lobsters, and now this week again, the Algonquins are standing up and saying no.
Yes, trying to stop the sport hunters from hunting and overhunting, actually, the moose in their territory.
Right, and it's a reserve in Quebec, but apparently they've set up blockades now and blocking hundreds of hunters who's used, like the hunting season is open now, so they show up to go hunt, but now they can't access the land now because it's indigenous land.
Right, which is totally their right to stop these people from hunting, especially if it's just for sports hunting. They said they kill 70 to 90 moose per year, which would sustain the community for 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. So that's 5 years food supply they're coming to take every winter, right?
Just for fun.
Just just for fun. And that's the food and lifeline of that reserve. And not only that reserve and its people, all those hunters and their families too, right? Like everyone who eats those moose would be a benefactor of that, right? Not just indigenous people.
Right.
So it's like, it's crazy.
It's about sustainability. And I don't know what people don't get about it.
And that's what the Algonquins have been saying. It's like, we're not trying to fill our freezers like now for the winter. We're trying to feed our kids for 12, 15
generations.
Right? So, yeah, like, I love to always say that you can't fight right, but, like, from what we've been seeing in all these cases, it's like there's people who are lined up to fight right, it seems like, right?
There is.
Maybe it's just against indigenous people or something.
Like to oppose our way of life, I guess.
Yeah.
Like they think that we're doing wrong, and
Land Back Lane had a concert on Saturday too. Again,
some big names
under like OPP harassment, and in spite of it, had some really nice artists show up and support them. Tom Wilson, Derek Miller, Logan Stotts. Yep, and they put on this great show. And but in the meantime, we're hearing the Ontario Police Services Board member Bernie Corbett is the chair of the Haldimand County Police Services Board, longtime counselor for Haldimand County, which oversees Caledonia as well, right?
Yeah.
He was saying some inflammatory stuff, and basically called indigenous land protectors over there like terrorists, right?
Yeah. So like some of the words Bernie used were like, terrorists to be exact.
Yeah.
Which, is just inciting hate amongst people to not like our people.
Yeah, I don't know what that kind of rhetoric helps, like when you throw fuel on a fire, it gets bigger, right? If you're trying to extinguish a fire, it doesn't make sense to throw more fuel on it.
If he's in a position of politics
and power,
then he should
a supposed
look
leader
into this reconciliation that his government is supposedly handling with our people.
Yeah.
And that's not the way to do it.
And then to come out and say like that, we haven't heard from him in a while. We've been talking to all the people that are putting out statements, and then all of a sudden this statement comes out and like, whoa, where's this guy coming from? Like,
ease up, Bernie.
Yeah, and like, come on, Bernie.
Yeah.
And then he's saying that we have openly disobeyed orders, but he was even asking for, you remember we talked about the MP from Hamilton, Matthew Green?
Yeah.
He came and supported and wanted to wonder what was going on, see if he could help, but he's calling for him to get arrested for being on there. And Matthew Green put out a statement of himself about what Bernie said, and he said, not only are the comments racist, they are targeted and they are meant to incite violence, just like you said, against indigenous people. And a statement released by 1492 Land Back Lane was, the board is violently racist, and they're talking about, the OPP, Ontario Police Services Board, right?
Yeah.
Viewing indigenous lives as barriers to corporate profit, which we talk about.
Right.
Their statements amount to calls for police to target our community, and in particular, Skylar Williams, which is a threat that is intolerable to our community. And
they're really bashing Skylar in the media now.
The OPP and
the OPP.
The media, yep.
Yeah, putting him out as
they're putting a big target on him.
Biggest terrorist around.
Yeah, they're putting a big target on him, and it reminds me of like, how they do those America's Most Wanted kind of bulletins. It seems like they're making him out to be that guy.
They're really using the media as their tool to make him as a bad guy.
And he's not that guy.
He's not a bad guy whatsoever.
He's not that guy. He's a father standing up for
For the land.
In his own words, and for his grandkids.
Right.
Remember when we talked to him?
Yeah.
He said, like, I'm not going to stand here in front of my grandkids and say, why weren't you there defending the land? Because, I just don't understand. No, he was there.
Right.
He's not hurting anybody. He's not inciting any violence. There's nothing. When you go there, it's just kids playing on this beautiful lacrosse field, women protecting the fires. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, it's
just
a welcoming environment.
Totally welcoming.
For the most part.
Total unity.
Unless you're OPP, I guess.
And it is just like the old days. Lacrosse was referred to as the little brother of war. That's what it's translated from, right? The meaning of it, the indigenous word for lacrosse.
Yeah.
But going there just reminds me of that because it's a big open field, right? And that's what they used to do with lacrosse, like when
a medicine game.
Exactly, and also a war game because when nations want to take on nations, they would be actually playing lacrosse very violently across kilometers of land.
Settle disputes. To take hunting grounds. Whatever.
Totally, all that stuff, and people would actually be perishing on the playing field. Like they would actually pass on. And so it's kind of
maybe the OPP should play us in a lacrosse game on that field.
We should take the OPP on and just kind of get.
I'm putting that offer out right now.
That's right, and
I'll come out of retirement.
Backhand Harv.
Yeah.
Right, and we'll take on the OPP, but we can't get arrested, and everyone's got to play. We got to play fair, right?
Yeah, this is a fair game.
That would be a good way to settle it.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, just say whoever wins.
There's some non-native lacrosse players that are pretty decent.
Yeah, totally. They would probably show up with a pretty stacked squad too, because I know there are some indigenous people that are amazing. Like think of like John Tavares and all those guys back in their heyday, but it's going crazy. It reminds me right now. They Six Nations Marshall Paulus just got drafted in the
Johnny's
NLL.
Little bro.
Johnny Paulus, who plays for Toronto Rock right now, who's an amazing player himself.
Yeah.
But Marshall was drafted very high,
seventh
overall
by Saskatchewan.
A Saskatchewan Rush. Isn't that amazing? Congratulations, Marshall. Congratulations to all the Six Nations youth. There's a few more youth in the 6th, 7th round.
Taken all together.
Yeah, like from the Arrow system and stuff. So congratulations to all those guys. I just wanted to mention that they're calling for a day of action, October 9th.
Yes, October 9th, day of action. Just to bring
all
awareness.
Across the country. Yeah. To just say no more, right?
Yeah. An idle no more thing.
Almost, basically.
For people to recognize that they are on indigenous
land, and to stop oppressing us, to stop sending the OPP at us, to arrest us and tase us and tear gas us and target us and throw us in jail for only protecting the land, the water, the air, the stuff we all share.
Right.
Like
sustainability for humankind, not just our people.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like, it's just we're gonna beat it until people get it, man. You can't fight right, but people are lining up to fight it. But we're gonna be here to kind of just say, listen, take a step back.
Yeah.
Simmer down a little bit.
Yeah. Ease up.
Ease up a little bit.
Ease up and listen here.
Yeah. And the Blue Jays are in the playoffs.
Yes.
For the first time since 2016. Wasn't that pretty amazing? They might be out real quick because they're losing right now in game 2.
Currently, they're not doing so well.
I think it's 8-2 right now.
One game, right?
Yep, they lost yesterday, and so it might be a 2 and done. But
if they don't smarten up by the end of this podcast, that could be it.
I know it could be it for them, and I was kind of a little bit shocked at our best pitcher. We just signed him to a 4-year, $80 million deal, Hyunjin Ryu. When usually you put your number one guy out there. They didn't. They put our third best, arguably, pitcher to start game 1, and they lost.
Yeah, traditionally you start your ace in game 1.
That's what they're called,
right?
Yeah, and try and get that 1-0 lead. But apparently Charlie Montoyo just went with the numbers and wanted to give him a day off. And then Shoemaker, I guess, was really good against Tampa, and he was doing really good.
Well, it was their bats that couldn't wake up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's really hard to say.
And then today. Even right now,
Tampa Bay exploded for 8 runs, including a grand slam.
Yeah, not looking good.
Yeah, it's not looking good, but for the kids, it's looking good for the future, right? They weren't expected. They were last year. They weren't expected to make the playoffs so quick, right?
So
I guess that's gravy. We have to kind of look at it.
Imagine
that way.
they bring in a couple good players and keep the core that they have,
right? Like a Jarrett Cole or something like that on the front end on pitching, and someone like Mike Trout or something on the base. We could really use somebody of those kinds of big power,
big caliber guy.
Yeah, totally. And did you know that the Blue Jays manager Charlie Montoyo's son, he plays lacrosse?
I was unaware of that, but Puerto Rico's national team. You
Exactly.
said, right? Yeah.
Isn't that insane?
That's awesome.
He doesn't just play for fun. He's actually on the national team for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's crazy.
I have to research more into that.
Yeah, it's crazy how like small the world is really, you know, like, and lacrosse is reaching all over the world. We probably know
some people who played against him then.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's pretty darn cool. Eh?
Yeah.
And so anyways, Tampa Bay won the Stanley Cup. The Stanley Cup's been awarded to Tampa Bay Lightning.
I think they deserved it this year.
Awesome.
They
you think about the goalie, they got a
Vasilevsky,
Vezina kind of guy, you know,
Norris Trophy Hedman
kind of guy, Hedman on defense.
Yeah.
Then they got Kucherov and Braden Point and on and on and on the offense.
Didn't even have Stamkos.
They didn't even have arguably one of the best players in the world again with Stamkos.
Just for that brief shining moment.
Although he did come out, right?
A brief shining moment.
1 game, 5 shifts.
Legend status.
And he shoots and scores
Did
on
you
his
see
only
the
shot.
move too? He like deked the guy by the boards, got past him, come up,
That's amazing.
and then he top cheesed it.
You know, can you imagine how the team felt? You know, I think that they might have picked that momentum up. Seeing your captain come out who was injured, not supposed to be playing, and he's
leading by example.
He says, "Yeah,
like,
I'm
that's
coming in."
That's what a captain does.
Yep, I'm coming in. I don't care. And not only that, like
That's a beast.
He comes in and scores too.
Yeah,
you know,
that's awesome.
So yeah, good for them. Good for Stamkos. I kind of feel happy that they won because you know people have been making fun of Tampa Bay a lot because they do really good in the regular season and then they get put out in the first round, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like because I'm a Leafs fan that the Leafs are kind of built like Tampa, right? Where they're getting put out a little early right now, but they're building towards
the Leafs,
something.
they need some toughness.
Yeah,
that's always been my thing. Like,
right,
they love the core.
I heard somebody saying they were looking at Ryan Reeves from
If they
Vegas.
took Ryan Reeves, that would be the greatest move they did.
Right? He's a very good player,
Yeah,
right?
he's one of my favorites, actually.
And very hard-nosed type player, yeah. So, yeah, that's great. And football season started up again.
Oh, yeah.
Are you a big football
I'm
NFL
not a big
fan?
football fan. I think I'll watch the games, but I don't really have a team per se.
Yeah.
I try to like Buffalo.
Yeah, the Bills?
Because I guess they're less the local team here.
Right? You're like an hour and a half or something toward where we are.
The Bills, yeah. So, but the Jim Kelly years really discouraged me.
And those years were when they went to the 4 straight Super Bowls.
And they blew it.
And they lost every one, right?
Yeah,
oh, my goodness.
Yeah. In a row.
And I was thinking right now, they're 3-0 right now this season with a young quarterback, Josh Allen.
And he looks good.
Who's doing MVP numbers right now.
He runs, he passes.
He's like the first player in history to have like 10 touchdowns and something in the first 3 games. Like of every quarterback in the history of the game.
Yeah,
so he's setting some pretty good records, man. It's early in the season, though, obviously.
Yeah.
But 3-0.
Which is a good, promising start.
Yeah.
And they're said that Buffalo is one of the favorites
from the get-go,
so.
Right? Especially since Brady went to Tampa Bay, right? But they got Cam Newton, who's doing really good now. So, and then I was thinking that the Bills, wouldn't it be great if, just for karma sense, they lose those 4 in a row and then they have to wait this 25 years of getting ridiculed, and then all of a sudden they win 4 Super Bowls in a row.
A dynasty now. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be wild? It could happen, man. I mean, crazier things have happened than that, I'm sure.
True. In Buffalo at that.
Oh, yeah, you know it. And then the LA Lakers and Miami Heat kick off the finals soon, so it's all happening. We're in the thick of the playoffs, man.
Game 1.
Yep.
Who do you think's
LeBron?
got that?
Man, I love LeBron. It's hard to go against. It's like asking to go against Gretzky or
in the year of Kobe Jordan. Too. In the year of Kobe.
Oh yeah.
I think they're going to do it for Kobe.
And
LeBron. Like, how can you go against LeBron? Right? But the Kobe thing, that's like destiny.
And I'm really shocked that Miami got there. I really thought it was going to be either Milwaukee or Toronto.
I was hoping it would be the Raptors again because I'm a Raptors fan first and foremost.
Yeah.
But
But they got Miami's got Iguodala, who remarkably, he's played for different teams, but he's actually been to the NBA Finals 6 times in a row,
which is quite remarkable.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
to go to the finals 6 times in a row, and he's won a few times too. He won with Golden State, I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
So
I think this is LeBron's 10th final appearance.
But not in a row,
not in a
right?
row,
but 10. But
overall,
that's 10th final appearance. Oh man. And that's against the best people in the world, against the best coaches who are, whose jobs are designed to like shut you down, and you're still having those kinds of results.
Right,
it's insane.
Yeah, he's a machine.
Yeah, a mom from Ohio watching an outdoor middle school football game, was tasered and arrested for not wearing a mask.
That's what she gets. I'm just kidding. My opinion. Just my opinion.
There's an estimated crowd of 300 people. Everyone was wearing a mask and socially distanced except for this one person.
Yeah.
And
like when she seen the cop coming, she should have threw her mask on.
Right.
Like somebody should have nudged her like, hey, you know, like when you're riding around and somebody doesn't have the seatbelt on.
Right.
Like, hey, there's the cops. Put your belt on.
Right.
You know.
And it's kind of crazy. Like, if that's the rule when you're walking in and she's watching her son play football, but if that's the rule, just adhere to it right now. No one's asking you to do anything crazy, right?
Yeah.
They're just trying to say, you protect you and we'll protect us and we'll do it this way. But
right.
To get tasered.
It's just something that's got to be done in this day and age, you know?
Yeah. But to get tasered in front of your son and everything.
She's a rebel. She is a rebel, that woman.
It.
We should get a T-shirt with her on it.
We should get a T-shirt with her. Hopefully not getting tased on the ground. But I think it's just a little bit crazy, right? To be tasing somebody even on like both. It's kind of like funny to say, right?
It is kind of wild, yeah.
A New England man's death is being blamed on the fact that he ate a bag and a half of black licorice every day for 2 weeks before dying.
Yuck.
Oh my
First
goodness.
and foremost,
Isn't that scary?
I'm not a fan of black licorice. I know
Right.
that some people love it.
Right.
But yeah,
That's scary, isn't
that's
it?
too much, man. Put the licorice down.
And that like the doctor said, it turns out black licorice contains a certain kind of acid which can deplete potassium levels, causing imbalances, contributing to like heart problems. And they said even just a small amount of licorice can increase your blood pressure. So
Yeah.
but I guess just pounding bags
a bag
and
a day
bags,
for 2 weeks. Yeah, that's a bender.
that's insane.
That's a binge.
And then Halloween's coming up, so make sure that
so
you know
limit your
lay off the
licorice, kids. And if it's black, put it back. Remember that, kids.
We come with the facts.
Nothing but.
And nothing but. And we're advocating for safe Halloween
That's
candy
right.
eating, right? So
That's
do
right.
not gorge yourself on the black licorice,
That's
please.
right.
Yeah, so,
Ease up.
yeah. If your parents won't tell you, Harv N Jace will tell you.
we'll tell you.
Ease up, kids.
Yeah. On. Put that back.
A window washing company is in some hot water.
Oh.
After their scaffold was not secure and fell 25 stories onto Yonge Street in Toronto, which is the major one. Luckily, no one was hurt, and the guys managed to get safely on the ledge before it collapsed.
That must have been terrifying. Like
25 stories.
for the workers, for people on the street,
Yep.
anybody. Like if traffic, you know,
Totally.
just to see something flying out of the sky like that.
Isn't that like?
But especially if you're working, like
it's like the scariest job ever.
Yeah.
If you're on like a little wee, like you know what I mean. Like those platforms aren't very wide.
not very wide at all.
Yeah, so it's just like you're just standing there.
Maybe a foot.
Yeah, and you're that high, and I guess they blamed it on a malfunction. I guess the guys were new, so they couldn't recognize that the knots were not the correct knots, right?
Yeah.
And then there's like safety things that they didn't do, so
Some rookie moves.
Some rookie
maybe
mistakes.
Some temp workers.
yep. To being up that high though, and thank goodness no one got hurt on the ground, or those guys got on the ledge before it cracks. Because I'm in construction, so I know right before something breaks, you'll hear a big crack. So anybody out there, if you're working on anything high and you hear a crack, that's your
Brace
only,
yourself.
That is your only warning to grab something. Yep, brace yourself or get off that whatever you're standing on. Right. So, man, that's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's scary.
A new study put out by a company called Cognitive Processing revealed that laughing at dark humor jokes has been proven to be a sign of intelligence.
Excellent. That would mean that we must be some intelligent beings.
Some Einstein
we laugh
level.
at some pretty dark stuff every now and then.
And but I guess it's because like the emotional maneuvering your brain has to do to understand like all of the levels, right? It's almost like a sinister subject with humorous terms, I guess they kind of put it. And then they were kind of relaying it to other types of humor, which like puns and jokey jokes, like more jokey stuff, right? And puns are different because they say that it pits your brain's right and left hemispheres against each other as you quickly try to process a single word's multiple meanings. But it doesn't force you to get out of your comfort zone, like a dark humorous joke.
Nothing like a good dark joke, though.
Can make you uncomfortable, right?
Right.
But I think that's what makes it funny, right? Indigenous people have a really twisted sense. We always find the humor in it.
We have different humor than other ethnicities, I've noticed.
And so Tina Fey, who's a celebrated comedian from Saturday Night Live and Hollywood movies, I guess she made this comparison of the two different types. She said, if you want to make the audience laugh, dress a man up as an old lady and push him down the stairs. If you want to make comedy writers laugh, you push an actual old lady down the stairs. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of like the Jackass stuff.
Yeah, totally.
And that's hilarious stuff. Like some of it's kind
very
of
dark, morbid,
but it's dark, but it's funny.
Oh my goodness. And they got a few more examples here. Here's another one. If at first you don't succeed, then skydiving isn't for you.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's got those twinges, right?
Yeah, it's dark.
Here's one more. We'll move on. A man walks into a rooftop bar overlooking the city and sits next to another guy. What are you drinking? He asks the guy. Magic beer, he responds. Oh, yeah. What's so magical about it? Then the guy shows him. He swigs his beer, dives off the roof, flies around the building, returns to his seat with a triumphant smile. Amazing, the man says. Let me try some of that. The man grabs the beer, he downs it, leaps off the roof, and he falls 15 stories to the ground. The bartender rushes over. You're a real jerk when you're drunk, Superman.
Superman.
Did you see the Superman where he was like Superman 3 with Richard Pryor?
Yeah.
Where he was kind of
a dink, I guess you could say.
And a drunk one. He was drunk in that one. Womanizing.
Yeah.
Dropping things from the sky.
That's totally from that era.
Right? Oh.
Definitely not the Christopher Reeves
that we
everybody
grew up
came
with.
to know and love.
We love Christopher Reeves and his Superman. I always felt like the next Superman should have stayed in the line. You know how it was always Reeves over the years? I think they should have given it to Keanu Reeves after Christopher.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
I never ever thought of
Isn't
that.
that amazing?
Yeah, why not?
Almost every Superman was Reeves, right? Keanu's an amazing actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But anyways, I wanted to welcome everybody to the Harv N Jace Show and make sure that you guys keep subscribing and commenting and stuff like that. And we're going to keep creating things like these stickers and stuff that we want to give away, and we want to have like little contests and stuff. Like we want to get mugs and T-shirts.
Mugs, some merch, like hats or
totally.
Something, anything.
Any
buttons.
Kind of cool things, right? And,
oven mitts.
Anything. Anything you can think of.
We're going to market ourselves.
We want to put that logo on it. And
fridge magnets.
So we actually want to give something away, right? And this was sponsored by Jacasa Designs as well. And this is a decal that goes on your car. Like you can put it on the glass window. And it's a Harv N Jace decal. So if you guys want to win this.
How cool would it be to be riding with Harv N Jace
That
in
is
your
right.
car?
And you'd have the only one, too, because we don't even have one. We just have one made for now. But if you want to win that decal and put it on your car, all you have to do is leave a comment on this video.
Yeah. Just subscribe to the Darren Ross Agency.
Make sure you're subscribed,
on the YouTube channel.
Yep.
Subscribe.
And make sure that...
Leave a comment, say you want in on this contest, and we will draw a winner.
Yep.
Randomly out of a bot or out of one of my magic hats.
Yes, right. And you have a lot of them. I love this one.
Many a magic
Go
hat.
Harv or Go Home hats, right? So make sure you subscribe, right? First thing. And next thing is leave us a comment, and we'll find you and say, hey, I want that decal. And we're going to say, hey, you got it.
You got it. Yeah.
If you win.
We
don't get your hopes up. I know it's a big prize, but we don't want to get people too...
and then, in the coming weeks, maybe the prizes will get bigger, better, and...
Totally. Yep, and that's what we plan to do. We've been growing.
Just
look at our set, man. It's growing, right? And with help from my brother Troy, and we're growing the set, the audio, the video's getting better, the lighting. Like Jacasa Designs, you got to give it up for them, man. Like, that's great. Thank you.
The craftsmanship.
Right.
Wow, yeah.
Jacasa Designs.
The floor lighting.
The floor lighting is monumental.
It is.
We're just kind of building, man. And we got lots of ledge room for things, right? That's what I like about it. We can keep kind of... If you have anything for us, send it to us. Hopefully we can sanitize it and put it up here.
Some nannies or some Emmys.
Anything.
Or Oscars.
Create us something.
Yeah.
Or even create us some medallions. Let's put that out there.
Harv N Jace medallion?
Yeah, Harv N Jace medallion.
Snap.
Let's put that out there, please.
Oh, snap.
Somebody get to work on that, right? Two of them. One for you, one for me, right?
Man. That would be boss.
Then you'd be a sponsor officially, for sure, right? Oh, man, I love that.
Definitely.
So
the sky is the limit here.
I'm just going to segue, if you don't mind, into an alternate universe.
Okay.
So
I like alternate universes.
just bear with me.
Yeah, I might need to borrow your sheets.
In an alternate universe, the biggest movies are filmed on the reserve, and the biggest movie stars act all resi.
Yeah.
I am going to say a line from a famous movie, Harv. Mm-hmm. One that everyone knows, and you're going to repeat it.
I'll translate it
in the
res.
alternate universe, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in an alternate
I shall do my best.
Yes, and the alternate universe, the first one is Gone with the Wind. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Oh. You think I give a damn? Not even. Or something like that.
That was really good. That was really good. I know a lot of indigenous people like to hang on to that. Not even, you know?
Not even. I tried to let it flow.
No, that was good. It was stern, right?
Yeah.
It was stern.
Oh. That one came from the gut. It came from the gut.
And that's why you would have been the biggest star at the time, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Let's try another one, man.
In Resiwood.
Wouldn't that be a good universe, though? They say that there's all these alternate universes. Everything you can think of is happening in another alternate dimension. So maybe there is a Resi where all the Hollywood stars are all rest out, man. But anyways, let's try another one. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This one's from Wizard of Oz, which everyone loves. Toto, I got a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Whatski? We're not on the powwow trail anymore.
That's good. Utski. Okay, let's go. Let's try another one. Everyone knows this one. Star Wars. May the Force be with you.
May the Creator be with you, eh? Huh?
And that is exactly what our force is, right?
That is the Force.
There wouldn't be another. That's exactly right. Oh, man, I love this universe. This universe needs to happen. You know what I mean? Maybe that'll be our thing. Maybe we'll create that.
We need to create it. Manifest it.
Manifest it, our animated characters into that universe, right? And that'll be the
adventures of
Harv N Jace.
See, we're always thinking.
Yeah, exactly. Like elevated spin-offs, on and on and on and on and on.
Yes.
Let's do one more, okay? Because you're doing so well. And if you ever want to take another crack at them, let us know, okay?
Yeah.
This one's from A League of Their Own, which is a great movie with Tom Hanks about baseball when the guys went off to war there.
The women's baseball team.
There's no crying in baseball.
Holy heck, innit? Just crying. Ever sick? Ease up.
Ever sick?
Ever sick.
Oh my God.
Ease up.
Oh my God. That is hilarious. Now that needs to happen, man. I'm super happy that
an alternate universe.
Yeah.
So
that's good, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate
that's good stuff.
The whistling too, you know. I've always appreciated the whistling.
A nice sharp It's a conversation sealer sometimes. A deal sealer.
Oh, I'm getting hot over here, man. This is hilarious. Oh man, that was a lot of fun. Okay, get back to normal here. So now we're gonna get back to reality. Back out of that universe. Sibilant. Okay, I don't know if we transitioned as well as we thought, but it was funny.
But we're back.
We're back with the facts.
And nothing but.
Oh my God, Harv, it's just a pleasure to sit with you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a great night.
Always a great night when we get to ham it up, if you will.
Right.
The world's first criminal case over COVID-19 came after 76 veterans in Massachusetts died at a care facility. Apparently, the patients who contracted the virus were lumped into rooms together, and like a room would say only be available for like 25 people, but they would jam like over 40 people in there. And the care facility has denied all claims and says they were unable to control the spread of the deadly virus.
They should be charged because that's like negligence and causing harm to people when you're overcrowding like that. That's just asking for
right, and it didn't seem like they asked for help either. Kind of like wanted to keep up.
Yeah, they were trying to keep it hush hush that they're
maybe the media
yeah.
wouldn't get onto it or their funders,
right,
or the families. But think about the families. Like 76 families have to bury like a loved one, right?
Right, yeah, which is devastating.
And they just blame COVID-19 and everything. So that's kind of
yeah, those numbers are on the rise again.
Yeah, up to over 700 now, which is bigger numbers than when it was happening in April.
When the pandemic hit, yeah.
That's a little bit scary.
Yeah.
Yep. And there was a big thing in Toronto at the warehouse on Yonge Street. It seems like everything's happening on Yonge Street right now. That Scaffold Fail.
Well, it is the longest street in Canada.
Right, so there's
can happen.
There's going to be a lot of information on Yonge Street. Yeah.
You get anything you want.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, there's a popular venue called the Warehouse on Yonge Street, and nearly 1,700 people may have been exposed to COVID-19 after their pretty much entire staff tested positive.
That's
and
insane.
They said over 1,700 people came in and out during that week.
And with those 1,700 people, imagine they're going to go see their families now.
Right, and so then that doubles and quadruples pretty quick, right?
Exponentially.
Over a week, too, right? Maybe they're going to work and there's thousands of people there, right? Oh, that's some scary stuff. Awful. And so they're asking that anyone that was at the warehouse between September 10th and 17th to self-isolate or to get tested and just be safe, like err on the side of caution, right?
Yeah. Yeah, use the safety precautions that have been put in place.
Right.
And, just be smart.
And that's all we're trying to do, man. We are never going to get out of lockdown.
Use common sense.
Like we were going from stage 1 to 2 to 3. Now they're talking about going back to 2, back to 1. Come on, man. We got to...
Like it's going to be lockdown again. I just got back from Costco, actually.
Right.
Toilet paper's all gone.
Isn't that annoying?
Yeah, and everything, like all the necessities that people
Who's sitting on the pot that much?
Exactly. Like,
I mean, I get
that much.
I get like a 12-pack, and it literally lasts us for.
Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy a good two-ply. I enjoy a good two-ply. But that doesn't mean you have to deny all these other families. That's right. Like, you don't need to hoard the stuff.
I bet you the people that hoarded it the first time through still have a garage full of it, and they said, "Well, we better get some more."
I hope it went bad on them.
Or mice got in there and ate it all up. Maybe
mice got on it. That's what they get.
Oh, that's what you get. Ever sick?
Not even.
Oh. Oh my God. Oh, you're killing me tonight, Harv. You're on fire, my friend.
Wednesday night, baby. Wednesday night.
Orange shirt day.
Yes.
Remember that.
Yes.
Don't you ever forget it.
Never.
Don't you
Every child matters.
ever forget it, Harv.
Never. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Serb ended the popular...
that fun ride it was for some people.
The Canada Emergency Revenue Benefit, which gave everyone in Canada that applied pretty much $2,000 through the whole 6 months of craziness.
Right. That was a great benefit, and
I'm telling you,
handy for a lot of people.
I bet you. I think it's like 8 million people that it helped. And what an amazing country to live in that they actually would help that many people who are struggling.
Right.
For me, I'm a musician, and Darren Ross Agency bookings. We rely on bookings, live music.
Any small businesses that were hurting,
Totally.
any employees that got laid off.
Right, and then think of the people who had to work during that too.
Right.
Like, damn, they should have got some serious danger pay.
Yeah.
But it's ended now, and it's being replaced with some new EI benefits introduced by the Liberal government. And it was just up to $500 a week for everyone. But they were saying for EI people like $400, but now It's bumped up to 500.
5, yeah.
And people who are self-employed and like gigging work, who don't apply for EI are eligible for 500 a week as well with the Canada Recovery Benefit. And everyone can start applying October 11th, and it replaces the CERB now. I'm sure there'll be a little bit more documentation other than just calling in this time.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll probably do a little bit more research now rather than just let anybody call.
Yeah, but I think Justin Trudeau said that he just wanted to get it out there for people who needed it. Now he didn't want to worry about it. So, but now it's going to be a little bit more organized, I think, right? Yeah. So you just got to do your paperwork, get your stuff in order, and make sure that you
work and get your CERB.
Yeah, get your stuff together. Yeah, and make sure that you go and apply October 11th if you're eligible. Right. Yeah. So that's some good news for people that were wondering.
Right. If anybody needs that financial help, and then there it is.
Yep. Exactly. Mariah Carey. You know Mariah Carey?
Yeah, she's an old school diva.
One of the biggest voices, I believe, in the history of music.
Yeah, I put her right up there with like Whitney Houston and like Diana Ross.
Right, exactly. Michael Jackson, Jackson 5, Elvis, Beatles, all these generational type talents, right?
Big time.
She just released a memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, and in it claims that her sister tried to sell her to a pimp when she was 12 years old.
Insane. Well, and especially with everything going on now with the...
Save the Children?
Save the Children stuff, you know.
This is 30 years ago,
you
know.
This is happening back then. Like, I know she grew up maybe in Brooklyn or something. Like, probably in a rough neighborhood, had a rough upbringing, but that's still doesn't give any credibility to what her sister
think
tried
about
to
that,
do.
though. Like, coming from that background and then going on to have, like, that monumental career, which she's the first artist, not male or female, like first artist, period, to have a number one hit in 4 different decades. And she has 19 number one hit songs just behind the Beatles, who have 20, who have the record.
Right.
And she also recorded an alternative rock album in 1995, which she hasn't released. Isn't that crazy?
That would be something to hear. Like, that's around the Alanis Morissette era.
Yeah, exactly.
I would probably think it would sound similar to that style.
Right. And I always wondered why music wasn't like that. Like, why do I just have to sing country? Or why do I just have to rap? Or why do I just have to do pop music, right? Why can't Michael Jackson or, John Legend or John Mayer, we're kind of seeing it now, right?
You get to see some good collabos now.
Yeah, Justin Bieber's just winning country awards now. Miley Cyrus's dad get real popular with a rapper not too long ago, right? That old Country Road song.
Right.
Yeah, so there's a lot of collaboration now, and I think that's great, right?
Yeah, I was all about collaborative songs.
Right.
When I've heard them in the past.
Yeah,
there's some that didn't work out, but...
Totally, but at least they tried. I like me as a singer, I love singing country, I love singing blues, I love singing, so
keep the
why
vocal
wouldn't you
range,
ask me to come? I'm a singer. Why wouldn't you come ask me to be like, man, I'll sing anything you ask me, right? So it would be great to hear that album, and I'm just imploring Mariah, please, from the Harv N Jace Show.
Yeah, let's hear that alternative
Can you release that alternative album? Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah.
To hear that kind of vocal range.
Maybe she's got some grunge stuff going, like some Cobain lyrics or something.
Totally. That was another great era, right? All those guys, and people aren't left from that either. Like Mariah's age, like Whitney and Michael, they're gone.
Right.
And it's just pretty much Mariah left. So we need to kind of like...
Yeah, she's the last
we
of the old
say,
school.
holy moly. Yeah, this is our last diva, right? We got to make sure that she's... taken care of and respected, put a little respect on her name, you know?
That's right.
The same way we do with Eddie Vedder, right?
Yeah,
he's one of the last remaining.
One of the last grunge guys.
From that era. Yeah. They're all gone. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy because we've been here long. We were like, when we were kids, we thought we're never going to grow old. But then when we get to this age, man, we got to see a lot of history happen, right?
Yeah.
And we're on the cusp of a lot of history too. So it's so nice
It's a great time to be alive.
It really is.
Yeah.
And I just heard recently that they say any day above ground is a great day.
No, I concur.
Right? And you would understand, I think, more than most people because you're battling...
Yeah, I got some health issues myself, so every day I wake up, I'm happy. You know, I got some kidney stuff going on.
Yeah, you're battling, you're looking for a kidney transplant
now, right? Yeah. Like, I'm supposed to start dialysis sometime soon.
Right.
But, and then in the meantime... find a kidney donor and then get a kidney transplant. And
right.
They said I'm highly eligible because of my age.
That's still great, young. Man. I'm really hope that gets expedited really quick. And I'm just so happy that you could be at home isolating and like, like shunning the world or being bitter, but you're here sharing and
Right.
learning and growing and creating something and giving, right?
Right, like our bro Hellenbach.
Right,
out
exactly.
west.
He's battling the
going
same
through
stuff.
the same thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's getting out there with the awareness and the education.
Right, and it's a common thing on the indigenous reserves, right?
Yeah.
Right up there with like diabetes and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of sickness in our communities. and-
Yeah, exactly. And so we need to start mentioning these kinds of things
Right.
too, that we can start helping. And if it like stirs you to help, there's organizations that you can help, of course, and donate. Even like when you do your donor cards, right? Like
Right.
you can really help. Save,
Yeah, like
save
a lot
lives,
of people
right?
said they were willing to donate for me.
Yeah.
But that's as far as I can take them. I can't.
You can't
cut their kidney out
That's
for
right.
them.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's up to them.
And it
to
has
go
to
and-
match, right? And there's a lot
Yeah, a
of
lot of
variables.
complications. So it's not just something like, yeah, I'll do it, and okay, let's go do it.
Right.
Yeah, there's.
But I
much more to it.
want to say kudos that you're still out
Oh, yeah,
sharing,
yeah.
man, and being a part of the community, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Harvey. That's rattle-worthy, man. Saturday Night Live is back. We were talking about Saturday Night Live. They're in
Yeah.
their 46th season.
One of my favorite shows of all time.
Right.
I think. Like
Think of the people
it's
that went through there.
Always entertaining.
Joe Piscopo,
No.
Eddie Murphy, on and on.
Joe Piscopo though. Like, you could have stopped there.
Martin Short.
Dana Carvey. Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman. Exactly. These I'm just trying to think of 46 years. There's a
Tim
lot.
Meadows.
Yeah, there's a lot of names, man. I love Tim Meadows, man.
Yeah, he's great. He's the ladies' man.
Oh my god! But their first show back since COVID, they took a hiatus. I gotta compose myself, but they took a hiatus, and because of obviously they couldn't get together. But I guess it would be hosted by Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin's back playing Donald Trump, and Jim Carrey's playing
The Biden part, yeah.
Joe Biden. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, like we said earlier, I don't think they're gonna have to script too much.
Right.
They could just pretty much follow the actual debate to
know,
a
isn't
T,
that
and
crazy?
it's gonna be hilarious.
I love those guys, so make sure you check out Saturday Night Live. But the musical guest is also Megan Thee Stallion, who got famous from because she was featured on the hit song "WAP" by Cardi B. Have you heard
Yes.
this song?
I'm aware of it. I've heard it.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It was kind of hard to avoid. All you hear is you see WAP and blah, blah, blah. And she's
Right.
trying to trademark it. And I didn't even know what it means until I went and listened to the song. And it's pretty vulgar.
Yeah.
Or it's X-rated anyways.
Warm apple pie.
It's definitely not warm apple pie, but
That's
is
the
best way to
PG
put it.
rating.
That's the PG rated. So
Yes.
make sure you if you want to know what that means, you have to go check it out for yourself because
That's
we
right.
obviously can't tell you on this show.
Yeah,
We're trying to keep it clean here.
we're contractually bound not to.
We're wholesome.
That's
family
right.
footage, right?
That's right. We're here for the fam.
Oh man, and I'm so happy to kind of come to like the end of it. We've been going for 2 months straight recording music, and I'm so happy to say my album's ready. It's getting mixed and mastered as like next week.
Awesome.
Yep, my new
Awesome.
album called Rainbow World, which is dedicated to the one and only my greatest mentor in music, Salome Bay. And then the new album I produced from country artist Leah Bell. That's coming out in October. And the new single I produced on Canada's Next Top Indigenous Superstar winner, Deanne Rose Moore. And she's going to release her world debut song. So a lot of great Indigenous music coming out in October.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm so happy to finally be able to just take a little bit of rest, because when you're in music like that crazy, as much as I love it, it's really draining. It drains you creatively and
That
mentally.
can be exhausting.
Yeah, and you got to kind of figure out how to get filled back up. You know what I mean?
Remotivate or rejuvenate.
So I went golfing the other day with my brothers.
was that?
Oh, amazing! Just to get outside and be like, oh my God, this is sunlight, and it's like I'm not stuck inside, worried
Right.
about things. And so I'm just so happy that we're doing this now, because the music would be done and I'd be missing production.
Right.
And this show is gonna
This
every
should keep-
week. I'm thinking, oh, I can't wait till Thursday or Wednesday,
Right.
because we get to talk again. And,
Right.
and we get to
And
talk.
there's no shortage of topics.
And we love talking about things, So
Right.
I'm really excited to do this with you again this week.
Yeah.
So everyone
Quickly,
out there,
I want to give a shout out to my daughter, Brooke.
Yeah.
Her birthday's on October 3rd. She'll be
Beautiful.
23. Love you, Brooke.
All right, Brooke. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hey, that's rattle worthy. The Rattler.
Yes, the Sour Springs Rattler.
That's it. And make sure. While he's doing his best impersonation of a rattler with his teeth out. Make sure that you subscribe and like us, and we're so happy that you join us. It just like we like brightening your day, and we like that you brighten our day by watching and subscribing and liking this.
It pumps our tires.
It pumps our tires
to see those likes and comments.
Thank you so much to Jacasa Designs.
Yeah, thanks to Jacasa
We are
Designs
so
for the lovely things.
honored that you would support us. That's our first sponsorship. And make sure that you get in there and subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to the Darren Ross Agency YouTube channel.
Yep, it's really easy.
Put a comment in for your ballot
Yep.
to win this, and you could be riding with Harv N Jace.
Yep, a beautiful decal that you can put on your window or your car and all that stuff.
You could put it at your front door, and we could greet everybody.
Right,
that
and
comes
then
to
I
your
also
home.
want to say our cups. Our cups are from the House of Blues, and I collect these cups because I'm a huge fan of House of Blues. I actually got to see the Tragically Hip in the Chicago House of Blues.
Excellent.
And these are indigenous run company, is it not?
Yeah,
The Seminoles.
The Seminole Nation, I believe.
That's right. So cheers to the Seminole Nations.
Yes.
And Hard Rock Cafe. And we just hope you guys have the best week ever.